Okay, losers. The new youth intake is here, the golden generation, of course. So let's stand back and admire your replacement, shall we? Oh no! Did he just trip over the ball? I mean, that one guy looks okay, but good lord! All right, well, guys, I guess you're still the first team, so let's go get ready for Larne. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome to Season 9, Episode 15 here at H&W Welders on The Impossible Dream. And today it is season-defining stuff yet again. We have the FA Cup, the Irish FA Cup semi-final against Larne. Then we play Linfield in the league, and it is still possible for us to win the league. We need to beat them though, and well, if we do beat them, it will very much be title race back on, but we'll have to wait and see what happens, obviously, in that one. The news since last episode is our golden generation has arrived, and it's more of a bronze generation, if I'm honest. We did have one very high potential player come through, Ian Miskelly. Yeah, I mean, the problem is that as a midfielder, he doesn't have very good vision or passing, or pace for that matter, or strength, or most technical abilities. So I mean, he's 15, we'll give him a chance, obviously. He's very high potential. But yeah, I mean, he's not really a sort of midfielder I personally like to use. Nigel Cairns as a goalkeeper looks decent. He actually probably looks the best of the prospects that have come through. You can see there's a lot of guys there that just, it's not a golden generation, is it? I think this is a new guy, 15, a winger. I mean, he can't dribble or cross. He's not the sort of attacking fullback, maybe, is not a winger. Yeah. It's just really underwhelming. And of course, the Australian we got through that was supposed to be very high potential, Giuseppe Cantini, of course, that good old Australian name, Giuseppe. I mean, there's not much there either, is there? So it's been a little bit of a disappointment in terms of a golden generation. It's one of those things that, you know, they built it up. And, well, when we actually got to see what was left, it wasn't maybe the golden generation I personally was thinking about. So anyway, we're going to offer a contract to this guy as well, another McGreevy, basically because he's got good finishing off the ball movement, not too bad physically. As far as a striker goes, a 15-year-old striker, I think he's maybe better than that star rating is, but, you know, we'll wait and see what becomes of him. So there we go, that's the disappointment that is the youth intake. We've got a couple have come through from previous intakes. I think he was a previous intake. And of course, Paul Patterson, who was the star of the last youth intake. I mean, they're not terrible players, but they're not going to lead us to European glory, are they, either? So there we go. That's where we're at. I do like to name these guys after my Patreon supporters, of course. So if you are a qualifying Patreon and you don't have a player named after you yet, then let me know, and we'll who takes your fancy here, and we'll look to get them named after you. Now, we do have some games to catch you up on since last episode. I believe they're all in the league. That's all we pretty much had left to play for, wasn't it? The first one was against Coleraine, so let's go see how we did. The only goal came when McDade slipped in Fitzpatrick. So there we go, not our best performance, but we were the better team. We came back from European disappointment well. You can see we switched second half to wingers, and, well, the XG kind of skyrocketed from there. Was it good to see that McDade is more than just a goal machine with the assist. Fitzpatrick and Fisher came off the bench. And, yes, I said, not our best performance, but we got the 3 points. That is the main thing. Next up, it was the Irish Cup quarterfinal. I forgot we had to play that. I was relatively confident we would win it. The fact that we're playing Larne in the semi-final means we did win it. But let's see in what manner we won. We went in front when Simpson found McDade unmarked in the area. And we had 2 goals in a minute when Simpson got his name on the score sheet. Before McDade made it 3-0. Ballyclare pulled one back. But McGreevy crossed for McDade to restore our lead and complete his hat-trick. Before Fitzpatrick crossed for McDade to get his 4th before half-time. And McDade got his 5th after the break. So, a McDade masterclass in the quarterfinal. I put out a strong side because this was pretty much our season, and we played really, really well. Lyons made his first start since his broken leg, so that was good to see. Did okay as well. Yeah, 5 goals from McDade. Very, very difficult to argue with that, isn't it? Sinnerton, of course, was our left winger for a while. He had a goal offside that was ruled out early. It was offside. So there's no real complaints there, but I think he was the only former player that we came... Oh, no, Ollie Denham as well. So a couple of former players of ours that lined up against us there, but, well, they weren't good enough to stop this team, that's for sure. So that's how we got into the semi-final. Next up, we played Carrick Rangers in the league. Let's see how that went. Carrick Rangers went in front early and were then 2-0 up after 15 minutes. Fitzpatrick played in McDade to pull one back before half-time. And the same two players combined again to rescue a point in the second half. So this was a really, really disappointing result for us. You can see from the XG tracker, it was one of those games we should have won, and we probably could have played till next Thursday and still not have won. Although we were much better, once we went 2-0 down. You can see there were a lot of players just didn't show up on the day, and it was made particularly disappointing because while this was happening, Larne beat Linfield, so they dropped points. So we actually picked up a point on them despite the draw. But obviously, if we could have managed to win, it really would have been title race back on. But anyway, drop points there, and that's the wrong time of the season to be doing that, isn't it? But again, look at that XG. We should have won this game comfortably. Final game to catch you up on was against Glentoran. So let's see how we did. This is in the league as well, of course. The only goal came early when Cugbo's knockdown was finished by Davidson. So an early goal from Davidson against his former team got the job done. I'm not really sure how Cugbo wasn't offside from that, but I've watched it a couple of times. I must be missing something. But either way, it was a good opportunistic goal. And Davidson against his former club got the job done. We should have won this by more. Poor finishing really did cost us. Luckily, it didn't cost us any more points. Because at 1-0, obviously that could have been the case, but it wasn't. It didn't, and that is the way things look. So let's have a quick glance at the league table. We are 6 points behind Linfield. How many games do we play? 38. So 3 games to go. So if we beat Linfield, you can see goal difference will be on our favour if we beat them. And it would then mean we would need them to drop another. They'll need to lose another game, basically. Now, the 2 points against Carrick Rangers wouldn't have made too much of a difference. I mean, the difference it would have made is that we would have only needed them to draw a game as opposed to lose a game. So it would have been improved our chances in that sense. But if we beat Linfield, we're every chance, and maybe they will go and choke. Now, when I say that Larne, of course, who were playing in the cup beforehand. Now, when I say that Larne beat Linfield, it maybe doesn't do it complete justice. Larne absolutely destroyed Linfield, 5-1. And you can see, I mean, it's maybe a little bit misleading, the score, because it wasn't a 5-1 game by the looks of things. But, we have a template there on maybe how to beat them. But if they come out 4-4-2 against us, they've never done that. So we'll have to wait and see on that front. But anyway, we've got an FA Cup game, an Irish Cup game to play here, and it's what we always expect from Larne, a 4-2-3-1 formation, and this is the team we're sending out. We're 90 minutes from the final. Let's see if we can get there. It's Jitter in goal. It's Pearson, who I think, he's very good. I'd like to get him back next season if we can. He has become, in terms of a fullback, not a wingback, he's first choice now. Gribben, Simpson and Lyons will make up the rest of the back four. Napoleon, McGreevy in midfield. King, Armstrong and Fitzpatrick. McDade goes up top. Armstrong is happy at the club again. So that is massive. He's stopped his incredible sulk. And actually, one other thing I should show you before we get the game underway is if we just quickly back out of this, go to Club Vision. We did get the youth facilities. We knew that we were getting the training facilities done. We're getting the youth facilities done as well. They're both about 750 grand. So that's why we were able to do both. It wasn't too expensive. And with the finances we have, we can more than afford it. All right, let's get out there. Okay, so we can see the team sheets there. Seth Keach is their captain. Of course, came through our academy. It still hurts, that one, doesn't it? Hopefully we'll get him back at some point. And what do we say to this? Give the fans something to cheer. I can almost get on board with that. So let's do that. We've done okay. Well, we've done quite well against Larne recently. The one thing that we have we lost to them last time, didn't we? But of course, if I remember correctly from that game, yes, we lost to them, but I do think we were at least their equals, if not the better team on the night. So yeah, it is what it is. This is a neutral. I think it was at the Oval, isn't it? It's Glentoran's ground. I'm learning the names of the stadiums for the teams. So we're at our big rival stadium. Would be nice to win here, wouldn't it? And of course, Larne are not a Belfast club, are they? there. I think it's its own thing. It's its own town. So, all right, here we go. Lions back from his broken leg. Throws it up towards King. Down to McGreevy. To Napoleon. He's got space in front of him. He finds Fitzpatrick in that space. And here we go. Fitzpatrick tackled away. Oh. And are we going to get done on the break here? McGreevy goes across. Can't stop Appiah getting past. Again, he has a bit of a lunge. Can't get there. And we're 1-0 down, just like that. 10th goal of the season for poor Bell. We'll give them some encouragement. We are playing a high line, but Bell's just sort of cut in, hasn't he? Pearson hasn't gone with him. Gribben hasn't got across. Jitter. You're not going to blame him for that, are you? And we're 1-0 down in the Cup semi-final. I wonder if they're maybe getting used to us playing this way against them, and we need to maybe change it up. We do have options on the bench, obviously. Pearson on the ball. I did make an inquiry to try and sign Pearson. Blackpool won 11 million for him, so obviously we're not doing that. We'll try and get him back on loan next year. There's a good ball. It's still there. Fitzpatrick. Oh, goalkeeper makes the save. Just didn't quite fall for us there. Napoleon goes across to take the corner. It's a decent one, but it's headed away. Rory King is there. Rory King, his cross is blocked, and it's hacked into touch for the line out. Front of the Welders fans there as well. Come on, boys. Oh. Gribben, no. Fitzpatrick, can he get a block in? He can't. Oh, Napoleon, almost. Go on, Armstrong. Get a foot in there, mate. It's headed away by Gribben. Is McDade? There he is. King is with him. McGreevy gets forward. He goes back to Lyons. That's fine. Keep possession. There's the ball forward for King. Flick on to nobody. And are we going to get done going the other way now again? Lyons. Oh, he's done well. He's held Appiah up there. That should be winnable. Oh, it's Appiah again. Gribben gets back. Good save, this time from Jitter. The high line, I'm wondering if it's not quite working for us. Let's give them some more encouragement. And we've got another highlight here. Can Armstrong win that back? No, he can't. Ball over the top. Oh, Jitter with another save. I'm going to say that's not working, is it? So let's go the other way. I don't like sitting deep. Let's just go standard. Let's get stuck in. I wonder if we make it difficult for them. Just make it difficult for them to play through us. Come on, boys. We've worked on this in training. Away. It is away. Only is back out to Bell, though. And that ends the highlight. I'm seriously considering 2 up top in this second half. Let's try demand more. Though if you look at, match stats, we're well in the game. But it's the quality of chance, isn't it? We had that one, maybe half chance that the keeper made a good save from them off of. But there's not been much in it, has there? Do we want to take pressure off? Or do we want to say unlucky? Alright, so let's get a couple of individuals here that we need to see a little bit more from. And tell them as much. And then we'll go through and fist pump and tell the others that we have faith in them. Do we go Cargbo up top, 2 up top? It means taking both wingers off. And I don't know, do we want to take Rory King off? He's been so good for us this season. Gribben. McGreevy. Back to Gribben. Napoleon. Gribben. It's, just ever so slightly overhit, wasn't it? And now that's not going to be the highlight. Can we get to that first? We can. Well done, Gribben. Napoleon. Napoleon's done brilliantly, and here we go. This is a chance. Can Napoleon pick the pass at the end of this? Napoleon to the penalty area. Can he pull it back? He goes himself. Napoleon, that was selfish, mate. Let's give them some more encouragement. We're looking inspired. What do we want to do? Do we want to exploit the... We look at there's space through the middle, isn't there? So let's exploit that. Time and time again, we've seen through the middle is where the space is. And we might need to make some changes here because it's just not working, is it? We're not creating enough. Okay, so we've made 2 subs. Both wingers have come off. We've had to bring Davenport on to play as a defender. We've moved Gribben forward. And the other change is Cargbo coming on for King. So King and Fitzpatrick have left the game. I wish I had McCullough on the bench, actually, to be a left winger for us, or left wing back for us, because Pearson's not having a great game. And let's see if this makes a difference for us again. Gribben. Oh. Come on, Jitter. We need you to save this one for us, mate. It goes the wrong way. And it doesn't look like we're destined for a cup final, does it? I mean, it's a good penalty, even if he'd gone the right way. It was in the corner, it was high. Let's try a berating and see if that helps us, but our heads are gone now, aren't they? We're looking anxious. So let's just launch it and see if that helps us at all. We'll get stuck in. We'll go back to the high line. And, well, we need a miracle, don't we? Can Armstrong provide part 1 of that miracle? It looked okay for a while, didn't it? Just kept bending. Demand more. Is that going to work for us? It doesn't look like it is. And, well, if we can score here, could we have a Osijek-style miracle comeback? Oh, it's there for McDade. McDade turns. He goes, oh, wide for Pearson. That was the chance, wasn't it? Pearson, Lions have not played well. I think I've seen Napoleon didn't have a great game. We just didn't play well, did we? The penalty didn't help. I'm not happy with that, boys. So, Larne get the better of Welders. If we're looking for positives, we didn't lose 5-1 like Linfield did. I think maybe, unfortunately for us, Larne have really hit their straps. They're flying back up the league table. If we just have another quick look, you can see they're well and truly clear of everybody else, and they were languishing, weren't they? 5th, 6th, 7th, even earlier this season. So they're in good form, and I think look at that. I think we've just hit them at the wrong time, and we've had a bad day when we needed to have a good day. But anyway, guys, that is that. Wait right there. They will be back to play Linfield in the league, and if we can win that, then it's title challenge back on. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to the Linfield game, we do need you to vote on your Viewers Player of the Year. Now, thank everybody who did nominate players. We have 2 nominees, and these were the only 2 players that had multiple nominations. So, in alphabetical order, the first one is Rory King. He has 15 goals this season, 3 assists, and an average match rating of 7.26. And the second nominee is, of course, Aaron McDade. 33 goals this season, 8 assists, and an average match rating of 7.45. Now, the way this works, at the top of the description below, there'll be a link to a straw poll. Click on that, it'll take you through to the straw poll, and you can vote for who you think has been our best player or your favourite player this season. And if you want a little bit more info on the players, aside from just sort of the information that you can see in front of you there, if you go to the Discord, again, there's a link to that in the description. I've posted sort of the player stats pages for the season, so you can sort of get a bit better idea of exactly how they've done outside of just goals and assists and average ratings, if that's something you want to do to have an informed vote, let's say. But there we go. Those are the 2 nominations, and, well, we'll see who wins it at next episode's end of season awards. But right now we are fighting to keep our season alive and meaningful because we are playing Linfield away from home, needing to win to, well, to keep things going here for us. Now, a little bit of maybe surprising news if we go and have a look, and that is that Dungannon beat Linfield on penalties. So, I mean, Linfield having lost 5-1 to Larne, being knocked out of the cup by Dungannon, you know, it's, well, they're not in the best form, are they, let's say. So let's have a look and see what we're doing here. We're expecting a 4-2-3-1 formation from them. Gareth Wilson is their star man, who, of course, they poached from us. So he'll be starting and no doubt come back and haunt us. And of course, Lavery, who I think has scored 50 goals against us so far. Really dislike him for no apparent reason other than just the game. But anyway, I'm digressing. This is the team we're sending out. It's more or less the same, 1 or 2 tweaks. So Jitter in goal. McCullough's going to come back in. He just has that link up. And let's face it, Pearson didn't cover himself in glory against Larne. So it'll be Gribben, Simpson, and Lyons as that back 4. Napoleon and McGreevy continue in midfield. King, X-ray vision himself, Mr. Sean Simpson, comes back into the number 10 role. The main reason for that, nothing necessarily against Armstrong. He's just tired and needs a rest. So that's why we made that change. Fitzpatrick will continue down the left. McDade will continue up top. And, well, let's see if we can get this title race back on. So we can see the team sheets there. Wilson is indeed playing, as is Lavery. I fully expect them both to score because that's basically what they do against us. Connor Hunter still hanging around their lineup as well. What do we want to say to this? I think, do we go for a win? We can effectively secure Europa Conference qualification with a win here. Go out there and impress me. What do I want to say? We're expecting them to deliver. Let's put a bit of expectation on this game, shall we? We'll probably crumble into a heap, but we can't do much worse than we did against Larne. And, I mean, let's face it, taking expectation off against Linfield has never worked for us. So let's put some expectation on and hope it doesn't backfire horribly. And like I said, they're not playing well. They're stumbling across the line themselves. And if we could get the win here, I mean, it's not against the realms of possibility they could go on and completely go into a heap. And Gribben has given us a 10th minute lead. And we are 1-0 up at Linfield. Or Windsor Park, isn't it, where they play? So that's a cracking start to the game. Where was that against Larne? We could have used a goal like this. Don't like that Gribben's already on it. Tell you what, cracking finish from a centre-back, isn't it? Don't like that he's on a booking already, in the early minutes of the game. But we'll trust him. We've got Davenport on the bench who we can bring on if we need to. Larne is beating Carrick Rangers. I mean, that doesn't matter too much. They're unlikely to catch us for second, although we do need to be a little bit careful on that front. I thought that was floating over McCullough's head and he was watching it there, but it's all right. It was going to Gribben. Yeah, so we do need to be a little bit careful on that front, but it should be okay. I think we do play Larne on the final game of the season, which will be next episode now that we're knocked out of the cup. So there could be a lot riding on that, but I would imagine we'll be okay for second, which of course is fantastic. It'll be our best season ever. And here we go, Fitzpatrick and King on the break. Fitzpatrick, can he find his winger? Oh, it's a good tackle. If we get a second goal, I think then we really would start to believe, wouldn't we? Let's try and demand more. We don't want them feeling pressure. We don't want them resting on their laurels here. Here we go. Lions with a throw. Simpson to Lions. Cross it in. Headed away. Napoleon's there. Napoleon didn't really do much, did he? Gribben. Now, Wilson, we know he's quick because we've had him and we know we've exploited his pace before for us. It's not the best option there for him. And it's gone out and it is going to be a Welders throw. We are playing a high line against them. We might just need to be a little bit careful of that with Wilson. Because as I said, we saw him when he played for us. He's rapid. Are we happy? Don't get complacent. It's got to be don't get complacent, doesn't it? Or are we happy with that? I don't know what to do. All right, we're happy. If you're happy and you know it, outstretch your arms. We'll pump our fists. Say that we have faith in you. And let's just hope that is the right thing to say. I'm starting to use the halftime team talk, the George Costanza method of just do the opposite of what you think you should say, and it's probably the right thing to say. So we'll try praising them because that's not usually what I would do. We've got a bit of possession here. Simpson, can he thread a ball? Is McDade onside? Bradley may have been playing him on, but it's tackled away anyway. And some good defensive work there from Simpson. Gribben picks up the loose pieces, and the highlight continues, and Linfield have possession again. Sean Simpson's back there. McCullough's been done in behind by Wilson. It's saved by Jitter once and twice. Let's go maybe back off of attacking. We'll just... what do we want to say here? Well, let's wait and see what happens with this highlight. Wilson to take the corner. Can we get that away? We can, and we've come straight back. Let's go focus and see if we can get ourselves a second goal here. I know you're overwhelmed, guys, but you've got to focus. Larne are doing the job, aren't they? They're going to win. But let's not worry about them just now. We've got more defensive work to do here. McGreevy gets up well. Fitzpatrick hacks it clear. Can't quite find McDade. And we just need a little bit of... I wonder if we need to lower the tempo. A little bit of composure on the ball. There's a good ball from Simpson. McDade can't quite... He's looking very isolated up there, isn't he? Let's slow it down and let's just try and try and give ourselves a chance to get forward. Oh, Lavery's in. Lavery always scores, and he's missed that one. Lyons isn't having a great game. McGreevy's not having a great game. King is having a nightmare. He's booked as well. So I think that's probably enough of that. Let's get Davidson on out there. We have Mickey Bain. Do we trust Mickey Bain more than Lyons? I'm going to live to regret that, aren't I? That's 2 subs gone as well. Let's try and demand more just as the highlight starts. Oh, we're so close to getting this title race back on. It would be 3 points and we would have the better goal difference if we can hang on to this. McGreevy puts good pressure on. McDade. I wonder if we should just drop the line a little bit. They're just trying to go over our heads, aren't they? Please don't score. Oh, no. And it's Davidson as well. Come on, Jitter. He's not looked particularly good from penalties, has he? Come on. Lavery does score against us again, and that is a 34th goal of the season. And that is sort of title race back off now, isn't it? 6 points with 2 games to play. It would obviously be done. Let's give them some encouragement. We'll go back to attacking because we have to win the game, don't we? What can we do? We've got 1 sub left. Who's playing the 6-3 there? McGreevy is not having a great game. So let's get Cogbo on for him. Napoleon, have fun in there, mate. We'll get him on attack. And it will just be launch it forward and see what Cogbo can do for us. Let's just go full and get stuck in. We'll go back to the high line. We've got to try and win it back, don't we? Come on, boys. Little bit of time left here. Let's give them some more encouragement. We've got a corner to defend. 5 minutes of stoppage time. If we lose, it would be harsh. And like I say, maybe a point would be good in terms of just making sure we are going to beat Larne. It's offside. But we want to go for the title, don't we? We want to have a chance. And the form that Linfield's in, there maybe is that chance. Though, to be fair, we've made the changes and it's all been Linfield. Here we go. Here's a chance, though. Players forward. Simpson to Cogbo to Fitzpatrick. Can he get it back to Cogbo? He goes himself. It's there. No, it's cleared away. And, well, it would be harsh. Oh, not Wilson. Anyone but Wilson. Oh, and he's done it. It was end-to-end. And, well, it's ended our title race, hasn't it? Let me know what you guys think. We had to go for it, didn't we? We had to win the game to keep the title race, excuse me, alive. A point was no good to us. And, yeah, I just feel like I feel like we had to go for it anyway. And in the end, it's cost us a point. Hopefully that point doesn't turn up at the end of the season and we regret it, but we'll say unlucky. So there we go. We can see the league table now. We are 6 points ahead of Larne and they have a game in hand. Now, we do play them on the last day of the season. It could be one of those. Maybe we should have just hung on for the point, because if we'd been 7 points up, then we could have got away with, as long as we win our next game, we could have got away with losing to them. As things stand, we do have a better goal difference still, but their 7-0 spanking of Carrick Rangers has made that a lot closer than it was as well. So, yeah, that's Linfield champions. We knew that, though. Am I going to regret just not trying to hang on for that point and make sure that we do get second? But anyway, if you've enjoyed that, guys, make sure you hit thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new. That is it for today. Just a bit of disappointment to the end of the season, wasn't it? Yeah, and we'll be back next episode to finish things off against Larne. We do have a game against Coleraine. Hopefully we'll win that. And if we do win that, then we should be okay. But if we can't afford any more drop points, can we? Don't forget to go and vote for your Viewers Player of the Year. We'll have that announcement and the end of season awards next episode. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Bill, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.